Everybody say hi to Mary. Mary, hey.
Hi,
Mary.
Hi,
Almost, we're
Mary.
also
Hi.
over here.
My name's Mary, and I'm an alcoholic.
Now give us 3 interesting facts about yourself.
Yes.
3 interesting facts
Yeah.
about myself. Josh Groban hit me with his car.
What?
I'll just
It's okay. Yeah, just move it whenever you want. But yeah. All right, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Random Banter podcast. This is episode 75. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Happy Thanksgiving. I've got with me 3 very fun guests who've all been on the show, and we are in one of their podcasting studios. You guys want to introduce yourselves? David, you want to go first?
Hi, I'm David. I'm Ethan's cousin.
Yeah.
I think I've been on a few episodes before.
Yeah, you probably.
I think
have.
we've recorded some in here.
There's been a couple in here, but it hasn't been like this yet.
That's
but,
right.
But yeah. So, what about over here on the other couch?
Hi, I'm Ben. I've been on the show before. I'm a professional podcast guest and also world famous celebrity. Happy to be back.
Happy to be back. It's been a while
It
since
has
you've
been a while.
It's been a while since you've been on the show.
I think the last time I was on the oh wow,
It was
yeah.
when we were talking.
50?
It was,
Episode 50?
No, it was when we were talking about furniture.
60?
Well, it was
I
right
don't-
before he went to.
I think that was episode.
60.
I think that was 70. No,
Sev-
I think you were on 70.
Okay, well that's not too long ago. Yeah. It's like 6 months. That's not terrible.
Yeah, I did miss a couple uploads every once in a while. And who are you over there?
I'm Will. I'm David's cousin.
Yeah.
Uh,
we are so back. How y'all doing today? How's everyone going? How's everyone doing? We
I
just had Thanksgiving with the family. How
I've
we all...
eaten a lot of
We
sugar.
have-
Dude,
yes,
there's
we're
Way
together.
too much
so
food.
much
Way too much
sugar.
food.
We're together for Thanksgiving and we have gorged ourselves.
We've
And-
lived up to the holiday.
Yeah.
It's kind of
We-
funny because I have an Australian professor in school.
Australian.
Yeah, and she was like talking about Thanksgiving and how she didn't quite understand it. And I was like, you just have to experience it for the first time. Like, you just have to experience just eating so much food and then taking a nap. Like, there's no experience
like a
that.
siesta.
You want to know something funny?
What?
So, you know how Spanglish is like a kind of a language that exists?
Spanglish?
Yeah.
Yeah. Guess what they call Thanksgiving in Spanglish?
What's
What?
that?
That like directly translated, it just means Turkey Day.
Really?
Happy Turkey Day.
Happy
Turkey Day.
Yeah, I love Turkey Day. Okay,
Yeah.
so what were you gonna say, David? No, you go.
I was just going to say, well, we've had a great time playing some games.
We have.
We've played
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
the most intense game of Mario Party.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
yeah,
Yeah,
that
we got
was
the new
nice.
Mario
Yesterday.
Party Jamboree. If anyone is on the fence about getting it, get it. It is so
100%.
so fun.
It's so smooth. It
It
plays
really-
so smoothly.
It really does.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it. I
was
thought
a-
it was a very well-rounded game.
I honestly say
Yeah.
we do another one tonight with teams.
Yeah,
'Cause
I'm
okay
teams,
with that.
Teams was fun, and I say we do a longer game.
Yeah.
Let's do it. How many turns can you go up to?
I mean,
think it can be like a 2-hour, 3-hour game.
it'll probably only take us like 30 minutes.
Sure.
Yeah, that's
Mario
what we said
Party. I
last
always
night.
like Mario
was-
Party. You always have to add time onto it because then it'll like it'll always go longer than you think it will.
Can I just say that Ben and Ethan were on a team, and they got the shaft
we
pretty bad.
we did
we were
get-
doing okay.
we were
and
doing
then
good for our position that we were in.
It was the
Well,
last turn.
actually, I take it back. You guys finished second.
yeah.
well,
The
Yeah.
entire game.
Well,
the
here's
bonus
the
kept
the
getting
bonus stars.
screwed.
Yeah.
The whole game we kept getting.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was not.
we were doing well trying to stop other people, but the last turn of the game, all of our money got stolen, and then
Yeah.
everything we owned
Oh
got
yeah,
stolen.
Bowser Revolution happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bowser Revolution happened.
It was
and then-
unfortunate.
Bowser
Yeah, we had a
Revolution.
lot of stuff, and then Bowser Revolution happened. For those of you who've never played Mario Party, it's literally a game of luck.
Yep.
And the Bowser Revolution, what we're talking about is basically Bowser the whole point of the game is to get coins and stars. Whoever has the most coins and stars wins the game. Ben and I had a boatload of coins, and everyone else had like a little bit. And Bowser Revolution takes everyone's coins and redistributes them evenly. So basically, we just kind of handed out our money to everybody else.
Free handouts.
Free-
Yeah.
We handed out our COVID food stamps to everyone else. Our government funding.
Yeah, it was
But-
unfortunate.
But yeah. So it was fun. I had a fun time playing it, and
I had a
I'm
great
I'm
time.
excited to play it again tonight because I think it should be. I mean, I think it should be fun. But yeah. Well,
I think we can sucker some other people to get into it.
Oh
now.
yeah, 100.
We've
Worst
watched
comes to
a few-
worst, there's 4 of us right here.
We've lost a few people along the way.
We did, yes, but I think we could get
Unfortunately.
some new additions. But
Yes,
but yeah,
please.
hi to the video people that we're doing video stuff.
We're doing
this time.
video.
Hey.
Trying some new little
Hello.
thing. It's in the podcast studio. If you're not on looking on video on either Spotify or YouTube, come on over, check us out,
Hey,
see our
you-
beautiful faces,
This-
see our
this one's
beautiful
for you.
faces.
This one's for you,
This
buddy.
one's for you, buddy.
Right there.
This is for you.
This one's for you.
Hey,
give a
for you.
random name of someone who's
Scott,
watching.
I know you're watching right
Hey,
now.
Scott.
Hey,
Don't
Hey.
avoid your homework.
Bobby!
That math is due tomorrow,
Scott,
Scott.
I know you're listening to this in your car right now.
Bobby!
I would like
Scott-
to say a
Scott,
hi
pay
to
attention
a
to the
close
road.
personal friend, Chad Hankins.
Are we doing the shout out right now?
Yeah, I
Well-
see. I'm remembering.
Well, you haven't done it at
early.
the beginning in the long. It's always at the end. We've
That-
never done it at the
I
beginning in a
realized
while.
that was a good spot when you were like,
Yeah.
say a name. I
That's
should
what I
have been like,
thought you
Should have
were
been
trying
Chad
to-
Hankins.
I thought you were trying to set it up. for
Shout
Chad
out
Hankins.
Chad
I'm
Hankins.
disappointed, Ben.
that's my bad. I'm sorry, Chad.
I don't even know the guy.
Ben Tisk Tisk. I just realized or no, that I always do it at the 1 year. Never mind. Yeah, New Year's is coming up. Christmas is coming up. And we're now in the holiday
yeah.
season. Whamageddon starts in about 5 hours. Do you guys participate in Whamageddon?
I do
No.
not.
Wait, what's that?
Well, Whamageddon, for those of you who don't know, is everyone knows the song "Last Christmas" by Wham, right?
Last Christmas,
That one.
I give you my all.
Okay, so basically, what Whamageddon is on December 1st. Stop. On December 1st. What was the phone notification?
God,
Was that the Lord?
is that you?
My
Was that
sister
the-
texted
I don't
me.
even know if that picked up or not, but we just got a phone notification that came into all of our heads. But anyway, on the first of December, all your goal is to not listen to "Last Christmas" by Wham. I like the song "Last Christmas" by Wham.
That's tough.
People singing it.
Does that include like
People singing it doesn't count. It has to be the official
Okay.
version of "Last Christmas." And people deliberately playing it for you also doesn't count because
I'm so sorry to interrupt, but my sister texted me and said, "Can I interrupt? I want to be a podcast menace."
sure, yeah, she can do
Yeah.
a podcast menace. So should I continue the?
Yes, go on. I'm
That's
sorry.
like-
I'm
So
sorry.
so yeah, the entire goal is to not listen to it. And if you do hear it like in a store or like I heard it in the gym once before December 24th at midnight, you are out. And it's basically just like a see if you can live through this whole thing, see if you're like alive. I don't know. But yeah, and it's like a stupid little thing, but I'm participating again this year. This is my 4th year in a row doing it. I'm very excited. I've only ever lived twice.
Wait, I'm sorry. So what's the incentive, or is there not one?
It's just bragging rights.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's just
Or you
like,
could have bragging
probably
rights
won't-
by
I-
being like, I'm not one of those people who does it. Let's go. Oh, got him, Ethan.
hey, you have
That's
fun.
right.
You have fun with your boring holiday traditions. I'm gonna be doing Whamageddon. Also, I should mention any other covers of the song do not count.
Okay.
Like it's specifically the Wham version. Like if I hear "Last Christmas" by like Taylor Swift, that's okay.
What if you hear it live?
I mean,
I don't think that's a problem.
I'm
He's
not
gonna be
planning
having.
on seeing Wham anytime soon. If I
No.
do, that's probably the best way to lose it. Like if I,
Actually, in reality, though, it is quite a fun challenge.
it's
Though
because it's a good. I mean, it's a good song, and it's like you roulette every time you walk into like a Walmart or something like that.
have you ever considered giving yourself some sort of stakes, though? Like just like I'm not.
I mean, we could give me stakes
I
right
think
now.
there should be
If you
penalties.
lose, you shave your head.
I think
No,
there should be
not
penalties.
that.
how would
I
you-
mean, yeah, we could get. I could give myself some stakes right now.
So
I could give
Is
an.
there
I
a
could, I'll do,
reward?
we could do
lose
another. We
scenario?
could do another podcast.
hi, Mary.
Podcast menace alert.
Podcast menace. Okay,
Podcast
we have a
menace.
surprise guest joining. Our cousin Mary's coming in the frame.
Hi.
Hi,
Hold
Mary.
on, wait, where's she? Oh, you sitting over there?
Is this okay?
Yeah,
Sure.
that's fine.
Great.
Yeah, that's okay. So are Will and Ben just on the same microphone?
It's
now?
okay.
Hey.
Yeah, that's cool.
I feel like I need to talk like I'm in an NPR voice.
Yeah, I mean, well, the camera's like not even on you. You're over
Great.
there.
I love that.
Yeah, here. Well, Mary's over there. Everybody say hi to Mary. Mary,
Mary.
hey.
Hi, Mary.
Hi,
Almost, we're
Mary.
also
Hi.
over here.
My name's Mary, and I'm an alcoholic.
Now give us 3 interesting facts about yourself.
Yes.
3 interesting facts
Yeah.
about myself. Josh Groban hit me with his car.
What?
wait,
Wait,
what?
whoa.
Wait,
That was
wait.
actually a very interesting
Wait,
fact. What?
Genuinely?
Yes,
When did that happen?
in New York City.
Wait, really?
Yes.
So you met Josh Groban by being hit by his car?
I didn't meet him, but
He didn't get out to apologize.
This is actually funny. This was 8 years ago last week. I was in New York to see Hamilton.
You know the exact date.
I do because it was I was the
Wait,
weekend I
how
went to go
old
see
were you?
Hamilton. I was a junior in college.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know this.
And I was
story.
crossing, I want to say it's 45th or 46th.
Okay.
And that's where the stage door was for the Majestic Theater, which was where, no, not the Majestic. I don't remember the theater, but it was where Great Comet of 1812 was, and he was starring in it at the time. My dad, my Aunt Holly, and I were crossing the street, and we were jaywalking, as you do in New York. Fun fact, I think they just finally made it legal.
What they made jaywalking legal?
Or it's not something they can ticket you for, like they could. They never were.
Okay. Interesting.
But I was crossing the street with them, and there's a lot of commotion, and then all of a sudden I got slammed in my hip by a black Suburban.
Oh my god.
And I looked to my left and like kind of was like tempted to flip them off because I was annoyed that I got hit. And I looked in the car and it was Josh Groban.
That's actually
Because
insane.
he was rushing out of the theater and getting in his car and trying to make a quick escape
Oh my
from all the
god.
Thanksgiving tourists that were there to see Great Comet.
That is insane.
actually crazy.
So that is my fun fact. Is usually I got
That's a very good fun fact. Time. Mary, do we want to reposition you so you're like on the
I
camera?
don't care.
I mean, I feel like we could make this work. Like if we put you over there,
That's fine.
Ben, you give your mic to her. Will you guys share that mic?
I apologize for the stuff on that couch, but we can.
Yeah, I was like we could figure this out. All right, there we go. I think we got it. Hey, look at that.
I'm de-headphone.
Mary's a little cut off. You know,
It's
but
okay. I prefer that.
It's okay.
I'm getting de-headphoned.
Will's. Oh, you're not.
Michael's coming soon
I'm
too, so
de-headphoned.
that'll be fun.
Michael's coming down too.
Ben or Mary, do you
Which
want
means-
headphones?
How are we gonna
No.
do that?
Ben.
We might have to share mics.
It's okay.
I could angle this over
Dang, I should
here.
have plugged in this.
I could angle this over here for Michael.
What do you want my-
Michael when he comes down.
What do you want my hot takes on?
Oh yeah, we got to do hot takes, but so okay. Wait, are we back on? So we might have another surprise guest coming down to our other cousin Michael. Well, they're Mary and David's sibling.
And if we really need to, I can take a pause, plug in this interface, and have people have their own mic.
Yeah,
It'll take
we'll
a-
figure it out.
Okay.
Yeah, we got
doesn't matter.
we got Mary on the video now.
Mary.
Are we live?
Mary, say hi to the
Mary.
camera. Mary,
Hi,
say hi to the
Mary.
camera.
I think
Hello.
we're live.
Yeah.
Are we live?
Notre Dame just won, so
Oh,
did
Notre
they?
Dame won?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, does
Yeah, we
Notre
watched
Dame have,
we
like, a
watched
signal, hand signal or
the
something?
Ohio State. We never talk about sports on here. We watched the
Notre Dame.
Ohio
Ooh.
State Michigan game
I don't know if
earlier.
we- I don't know if we should talk about that.
Well, it was bad.
Michigan embarrassed Ohio State.
They really did.
Really did.
But then there was a fight.
There
And was a
was.
fight
The
at
fight
the
was interesting.
end.
Michigan State players got pepper sprayed.
Yes.
I should preface that I don't really care about this
I
rivalry.
am the worst OSU alum ever because I don't particularly care that much. I recognize I'm wearing OSU colors, but I was paying more attention to the Notre Dame
I think
game.
as long as everyone had fun, that's all that matters.
Shut
Shit.
up.
Here's the
Exactly.
thing, though.
Yeah,
Did
but
it
we
look
need to
like anybody
win.
was having fun?
No, it
Yeah.
didn't look like people were having fun.
I mean, maybe pepper spray's fun. I've never been pepper sprayed.
I don't think it is. You saw they were like
It's on your
It
bucket
they
didn't look fun.
were like retching on the field.
Yeah.
Like it did not look fun at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I don't know. I don't. This is the fourth time in a row they've got beat by Michigan
Yes.
State.
Last time was 2019, right?
Yes. Right?
Yes.
Yes.
Correct.
So when do they play each other again?
They
Next
always
year.
play. It will always be the weekend of Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
It'll always be Thanksgiving weekend. And it'll always be at noon.
Oh, because
Wow.
they
It will
want to
be
ruin
at
family
Michigan.
gatherings.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, it is what it is.
That's when the depression starts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
well.
I
Same
should-
with Notre Dame, USC. It's fine.
Yeah, our family is majority Ohio. I'd say most Ohio State fans, and yeah, just kind of like sitting there and watching it. And, like I was watching like the collapse of a society. It was rough.
Hey, Notre
I'm not
Dame
gonna
won.
lie.
That's all that matters.
Hey, yeah, who'd they beat?
USC.
USC.
Are they big rivals?
They are. That is their equivalent.
big.
okay.
If
Yeah.
you're a USC fan,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Humbled. I don't know. But yeah, I was like sports.
United.
You-
Where were we?
Thank you.
University of Southern
Did I say?
University
I
of
said
Southern-
California.
Yes, it's Southern California.
University of Southern
They
California.
play-
Why
they
does
play-
Notre Dame
Actually,
have a
what's-
rival in California?
I was about to ask, what is their history?
Yeah, what do rival-
It is a 95-year rivalry. I forget the background
Why?
of
Did
it.
they close their eyes, pick a place on a map,
This
and we're
is
like,
one
we
of
hate
those-
They
them?
threw a dart. We don't like these people.
Don't ask me. I don't know. I'm sure that somebody could tell me, but the rivalry definitely, I think, intensified in the 70s and the 80s, particularly when our dad was there.
Any
did he cause
particular
it?
reason? Or...
Not that I can remember, but I mean they are definitely big rivals. They're ironically Notre Dame's other big rival is Michigan.
Oh,
So
Michigan's got a lot of hate.
well, Notre Dame it's because they're literally the closest school to them on the border.
That's why. Yeah, that's the
Um,
same with WVU and Pitt.
Yes.
What are some other really famous rivalries? Because I know you got Ohio, Michigan, Notre Dame, USC, Pitt.
We know all
Auburn.
the East
WVU,
Coast
Auburn,
ones.
Yeah.
Auburn, Alabama, which I think Auburn,
It's a really
Alabama
big
has arguably one of the best rival finishes of a football game ever,
Oh, I know which one.
which is the kick six.
Yeah.
What is that?
Okay, so I think it was 2013.
That's
I want to
okay.
say it was 2013. No time left on the clock, and Bama was winning. I think Bama was also ranked. Auburn
it
was not.
They were either winning or it was tied, and they're about to go into overtime.
Yes,
Oh.
and they had to either kick off or punt. It was definitely a kickoff, and they had a receiver in the back of the end zone ready to at least try to run the ball. And he just jets down the sideline and he scores a touchdown off of this kickoff.
With
And
0
it was-
seconds
Whoa.
left
with
on the
0
clock.
seconds
It
left
was-
on the clock. They beat Bama. I mean, this is their biggest rival. And honestly, if you want a fun YouTube video, look up the marching band reaction to it.
The marching band
Because they
reaction?
have a live feed of the Auburn band realizing that they're probably, I think it was going into overtime,
Mhm.
and then realizing, oh, they're going to win.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, it just looked like Ben was like contemplating his life.
Sorry.
That's
I-
cool.
I
I was
find
no, I
it
was just
really.
a-
Yeah, that's all. I mean, I know nothing about sports.
I unfortunately
Um,
do. I like the Olympics a lot and sports in general.
Well, the Olympics were cool. I think the Olympics they got a bad rap this time around this year, but I think we got some cool stuff from it, like the Australian break dancer.
What do you mean
the-
they got a bad rap?
breaking.
Huh?
What did you think got a bad rap? About
Well, there was like a lot of hate over I saw a lot of hate over the opening ceremony. Like a lot of people really hated just like the stuff
ninja
that they
guy?
It was
Huh?
a really
I
cool
like the ninja
concept.
dude.
The Assassin's Creed dude.
Yeah.
No, I mean it was like a cool concept.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they just
Yeah.
like a lot of people were saying that like, oh, you like they did a recreation of the Feast of Dionysus
mhm.
with drag members, and the Feast of Dionysus is very similar layout to the Last Supper. So a lot of people were like, "You did the Last Supper with drag. That's sacrilege." And I mean, who cares? But also like I mean, it was just that was the whole thing around that. And I think just like, I mean, Paris is gross. like
Don't like Paris.
with the
Not a
Seine,
Paris
like
fan.
the Seine, people getting sick from
Oh,
like
yeah, the
swimming in the
Seine.
They all
Seine.
pooped in it. They pooped in
So,
the Seine.
so they wanted the River
You've been
Seine
to
to be
Paris,
available
too.
for
Yeah.
swimming, and literally they did it.
The
They
Paris
probably
poop-
shouldn't
the Paris
have.
poop protest.
I think they got sick, right? Like a lot of
couple
them.
people got sick. I don't think like as many people as the internet wanted, but
Yeah.
it was still pretty bad.
Well, because I mean, they had like all of that happen. Like, other than that, the Olympics went pretty well. Like the
Well-
swimming, the whole like Australia almost beating the United States.
Huge.
That's
Huge.
nuts. Like,
Do you guys remember the first Olympic? Like, do you guys remember what the first Olympics was that you can remember watching
No.
last year.
last year? Okay.
what?
We used to always watch them together. As
I remember
kids.
the first one that I can remember was the one that we were watching when a bat came in the room.
I vividly
first-
remember.
I
that.
remember the bat.
I remember watching.
We
it
were
before
watching
that,
the
too.
Olympics when we were doing that. It
Oh,
was
The first
it was,
one I
the more you
remember
know.
genuinely watching was 2012.
The London one.
Yeah.
See, I remember.
I don't remember that. I just sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt
No,
you.
you're fine.
But like, I don't remember that. But I remember like watching the Queen parachute.
Parasail down.
Parasail, not parachute.
Remember
well,
that too.
parachute.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
she
don't
skydived
remember
down.
that.
In.
Yeah.
Well, so 2008 was in Beijing, and the closing and opening ceremonies for that one were insane.
Was that the one where all the people were drumming?
Yes, with all the
Oh,
drummers.
I remember
yeah,
that.
I do
I
remember
I don't
that.
remember
It's
that.
all coming back to me.
I don't
Yeah.
remember it, but I remember seeing like a video of it.
I mean,
so,
it was,
like, it was.
and
I
they
mean,
built this entire complex for just the Olympics, which is
Mhm.
why why they put the 2022 Olympics, Winter Olympics in Beijing, because
They had the complex.
they had well, they said they had the complex, but in actuality, there was a lot of controversy during those Olympics because they had to use man-made snow for so many of the events because the climate was like literally they didn't have the snow for anything, and the snow that they created was so slippery that people were getting injured left and right.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Well, I remember the 2022 Winter Olympics was controversial and kind of little like because like China they have those like I'm not qualified enough to be talking
You're
about
good.
this, so like if I get it wrong, I'm sorry, but like there's like China's been like putting this specific kind of people into concentration camps,
Yes, there was a lot of question about whether or not people were going to boycott
and
the Olympics.
I remember I think they put one of those the kind of people, I don't know what kind of people, the kind of people like in the opening ceremony very prominently, and I remember like watching that and I was like, ooh, like
Yeah.
that's a little weird. Like that's a little odd.
There was a lot weird about those Olympics. Also, it was a weird time because the Tokyo Summer Olympics were supposed to be in 2020.
Oh, then COVID.
But those got moved to 2021. So literally there were 2 Olympics within 8 months of each other.
That's so strange.
Yeah, it was weird.
Fun fact about the Paris Olympics is that the place where the field hockey was held this year is the same stadium that the track and field was held in the 1924 Paris Olympics.
Nice.
Well, that's cool.
That the LA Olympics the Olympics in 2028 are in LA.
Oh, it's coming to America.
It is coming to America.
America.
And
God bless.
they're going to put swimming in
Oh,
a
yeah.
stadium.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna put. What else
Oh
are
my
they putting?
God,
Are you
David!
good,
David is dying.
I'm
Isn't
sorry.
it like-
David is
I was
dying.
trying to
over
switch the
Well-
camera before I coughed.
Okay.
I was like,
So here's what's interesting. They're doing the Olympics in LA, but they're actually doing baseball and softball in Oklahoma
Mhm.
because it's the
What?
yes, because it's the birthplace of
Like baseball.
something. And the thing is, like to us, that's mind-boggling.
Because that's
But
so far away.
It seems far away, but when they did surfing at the Paris Olympics, they had to literally have surfing be in Tahiti.
Oh, that's so far.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so there was an 8 or 9 hour time difference between those events.
Oh my God.
Are we gonna
Um,
put surfing in California? Or do you
Yes, yeah. So like,
We are?
so if you go to, sorry, you guys have found my weird hyperfixation.
The Olympics.
I love the Olympics. They're using like all of that southern coastline of California to do
That's
for surfing,
cool.
beach volleyball, skateboarding,
Oh.
court like outdoor court basketball. It's gonna be very cool.
Speaking of surfing, did you guys see the picture from the Paris Olympics
The
of
floating guy?
the floating
not.
dude
Yeah.
surfing? You
Yes.
haven't seen it, Will? It's literally like
It's crazy.
I think this guy won or something, but he literally Olympics. But he literally is like he's surfing and he's just holding up the number 1
Sorry,
and his
wow.
board is just gone and he's just flying.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, it is genuinely like one of the most crazy. We had a lot of really like interesting viral things from this Olympics. Like obviously the Australian breakdancer.
Yes, we
Yeah.
love breaking.
We love breaking.
They got rid of
You
it.
got to hit her with the kangaroo. You know what I'm saying? Like hit him
What's
with
the kangaroo?
that's do the
Oh.
kangaroo. This thing.
oh,
Like that.
oh.
that's like one of her.
I thought that was
Did you hear
Thriller.
whenever they added breakdance, like breaking, they were actually thinking about removing boxing to add it in.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Like
Yeah, that
was-
makes sense.
That was something they genuinely thought about removing one of the original events in the Olympics, in like the original Greek Olympics.
I mean, I think yeah, that's true.
For
Yeah,
breaking.
boxing was like in the original one. I mean,
Yeah.
breakdancing is. I think it's cool, and I think it has the potential to be an Olympic sport because it's really impressive. But
Maybe
how did
not
that
with
lady get
Australia.
there?
Yeah, that was rough.
How did she get there?
So the thing that recently has been happening at all the Olympics is each of the countries kind of gets to pick a sport that they exhibit, and then the International Olympic Committee can decide whether or not it stays in the Olympics. So LA is
That's
doing
cool.
flag football.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh.
And not regular football. And I think it's probably smart because honest to God, you're looking at like injury hell if you're doing real
Yeah.
football.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think it's gonna be really funny when America loses that.
Flag football.
Oh,
Yeah,
that would
it's gonna be
actually-
hilarious.
That would be hilarious.
You think
That would be very funny because isn't flag football no contact?
You just
Yeah.
That would be. Oh yeah, I guess we couldn't really put football in the Olympics because we'd be the only people playing. It'd just be the NFL
For now, but I think there's a lot of argument out there that that's why the NFL has been doing all these international games, because every year they do like 2 to 3 games either in Paris or Germany or whatnot, because they're trying to possibly expand it to be more of an international sport. Because like Canada has a professional football league, and that's where a lot of people, when they get dropped here, go.
Oh, that's cool. I'm calling it right now. 2036, football's going to be in the Olympics.
I would say so.
Yeah,
They probably would make a lot
calling
of money
it right now. But also the Turkish man with the shooting.
Oh yeah, the gun guy.
The guy who like the definitely secret hitman.
Yes.
Like
absolutely.
Like literally just to do like all these people with their like their safety gear, like their glasses, their telescopic lenses and whatnot. Just a dude. There's just another guy with glasses, and he's just got a gun with no scope on it or anything. He goes, second place.
Speaking of guns, can I tell a gun story?
Okay.
Not a gun. It's not a bad story.
Okay.
It's hysterical. So I was driving a friend to see Wicked for the 3rd time.
Oh.
And he decided to bring his massage gun in the car for some reason. So I'm driving the car. He's in my passenger seat. He brought his massage gun with him, and he was like playing around with his massage gun, like, you know, as you do. You guys know what a massage gun looks
Yeah,
like.
like one of the like with a little like ball on the end.
And so we were on this state route, by like not in a gray area is the best way to describe it. And this guy was like riding my butt and then really aggressively passed me, and then decided to be annoying and slow down right in front of me. Okay.
As one does.
And my friend decided that it would be funny, but didn't think about it.
Oh no.
To like wave the massage gun to tell him to move faster, thinking like, oh, he'll see this, he'll move faster. And I was like, hey, you might want to put that down. And he's like, goes, why? And then like he held it like this, and he goes, oh my god, it looks like I have a pistol
gun.
in the car. And he chucked it. And
did the person start driving faster?
no, but it was like the worst possible situation. Like
that is
would
insane.
it looked like we were about to pistol whip somebody.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Oh my god.
With a massage gun.
Yeah, do not.
Yes.
Word of advice: don't bring out your massage guns.
No.
Wait. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
What?
No, you go first.
You got
No,
it.
go for it.
No. Well, this is going to change something drastically. So I'm going to say what you were going to say first.
I was going to say, speaking of cards, Josh Groban hit me with one.
Oh,
This is true.
I'm sorry. I just want to say I wanted to hear Mary's hot takes. We haven't. Heard
Oh
them
yeah,
yet.
we always have to do hot takes when we're here.
How many hot takes do I get?
As many as you want.
Actually,
no. This is your podcast, Ethan.
Oh, I don't care. Do as many.
I say as many as you want.
Do as many hot takes as you want.
I have strong opinions on things.
Good yawn, Will. Good yawn. Good stretch.
No.
Good stretch. Excellent stretch.
Okay. I don't. Oh man! See, now you've put me on the spot. I don't love a lot of modern musicals. Sorry, I'm a theater person, so I have a lot of opinions on that.
Okay. Which ones specifically?
What's considered a modern musical?
Give
Like anything like
specifics.
2009, I would
okay.
say
That's
nowadays.
fair.
Yeah.
It's contemporary.
I really, really, really hate Be More Chill. I'm so sorry if any of you
I'm
are in this
indifferent.
room.
What's Be
I
More
know what
Chill?
that is.
It's okay.
It's just, don't ask David. It's stupid.
I'm sorry. Oh, is that a
Horrible.
musical?
David,
It's a musical.
Let me set the
Oh.
scene for you,
Oh,
okay?
please do. I want to
You're
hear
a
it.
you're a quirky guy in high school who doesn't know how to talk to anyone at all.
So, Dear Evan Hansen. So far.
Yes, except so then you only have this one friend and you do everything together. So then this one friend's like, dude, there's this thing called like a squib,
Squib.
and it's from Japan, and like you eat it and it goes in your head and then it talks to you. And so he eats this thing.
Wait,
and then
what?
the
the heck?
yeah, and then the thing in his head talks to them, and he's like, and this is how you talk to people. And then everyone loves this guy.
sounds
But then
so
the
horrible.
squib starts taking over everyone, so they got to get fruit punch or some crap to save everyone.
That sounds
Fruit. Sorry, I don't know
So,
anything about. I'm a theater person. I don't know anything about
So
this
this
one.
musical is horrible.
The
and that's
moral-
all I'm gonna say.
The moral of the story is the only way to get people to like you is to do drugs.
And
Um,
take
Yes,
fruit and
actually.
drink fruit punch.
I'm still seeking repentance for the fact that back in 2017, I was probably the loudest person in the room about wanting Dear Evan Hansen to win Best Musical. But looking back on it, it should have been Come From Away or The Great Comet of 1812. Dear Evan Hansen has not aged well, I don't think.
I love Come From Away.
And then, so did you guys know that Wicked didn't win Best Musical? Do you guys know any of this story?
Really?
So
Nope.
Wicked,
How?
I did not know that.
because it was up against a little musical called Avenue Q. Anybody know what Avenue
Ah,
Q is?
yeah, I've
Nope.
heard of that.
Avenue Q is like adult Sesame Street. So it's a bunch of people with
Let the
puppets.
theater majors talk.
Sorry. I know. Well,
no, you're
so
okay.
like
I just don't know anything.
there's like a
That's why we're explaining it for
The-
not only the
yes.
viewers, but
So-
for everyone
This
else.
is the dumb couch.
for
like,
everybody else.
That's okay. I'm
Imagine-
with you.
Here, imagine like adult Sesame Street where it's just adults with puppets a la like, Sesame Street characters talking about how much life sucks.
Oh.
That's Avenue Q. Okay? Like literally the opening number is
That's
it's called It
awesome.
Sucks to Be Me.
Oh,
There's a
I've
song in
heard
there
that.
called Everybody's a Little Bit Racist. And this show is incredible, and it won the Tony for Best Musical. And a lot of people, I think, because of recency bias, are like, Wicked should have won. It shouldn't have. It should have been Avenue Q. I don't think that the Wicked press tour has been as annoying as people have said it has been.
I disagree. I was going to bring that up later, but
Are you?
that might be a
Well,
hot, that might be a hot
it's
take.
not
That
that
might
I.
be a
It's
hot
not
take
that
for
I
me.
think the. It's not that I think the press tour itself is annoying.
Oh, I don't think it's annoying at all.
I think it's just annoying how much it pops up.
Yeah,
every-
I'm
you know what I
annoying
mean?
how much I see it.
It's the
I don't
quantity.
think like
Are
I
we
will-
all holding space for the lyrics of Defying Gravity right now?
course.
Yeah.
We're all holding space for those.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah.
great.
I didn't realize that was
I
happening.
didn't know that was-
Every time I see that, I'm
That-
like, what do you mean? Like,
That's what I wanted. That's what I.
And you can.
Sorry.
That's what I wanted this whole time.
Yeah, I've got a lot of thoughts and feelings on that interview in particular. I do think that whoever on the PR team for the movie decided that Jonathan Bailey and Jeff Goldblum needed to do interviews together needs a raise, because they are Jeff Goldblum. I don't think has a filter.
I don't
this
think,
is
I don't
the
think
thing.
I've seen any.
I haven't
Jonathan
seen any
Bailey.
of those
Oh,
ones.
see,
I haven't seen
Like-
any Jonathan Bailey.
They
interviews at all.
Jeff Goldblum keeps breaking out into song, and not Wicked songs, like any song that is top of
That's so
mind. He'll
funny.
start singing during
What
his
will?
interviews.
Who's Jonathan Bailey?
He plays the Prince. guy.
Jonathan Bailey plays Fiyero,
Yeah.
who is the Prince
Love interest
equivalent
man.
love interest.
The
in
the one that's like he's dancing in the big like round room in the trailer.
Yeah,
Because-
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I watched the trailer.
Okay.
So,
I thought you would know.
He was in Bridgerton, but before he was in Bridgerton, he was actually a West End actor.
Was in Bridgerton.
Yeah. And he's just absolutely incredible. He is unfortunately gay.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Great for us.
Exactly.
Shout out men.
What did men do to deserve him? Is the question.
I don't know.
Nothing good.
So okay, so this is my opinion on the Wicked, like promotional stuff. I am not annoyed by the interviews or like watching the trailers. I will watch it. It did its job. It makes me want to go see the movie, and it makes me know that the movie is out and it was coming out whenever it did. But I am so tired of like every fifth thing on my feed on like Instagram or something like that being like Wicked or come see Wicked or the stupid Apple Google phone ad for Wicked.
Oh, with the
I've
two
seen that,
talking
I've seen
phones.
that.
I hate that one.
I've
I
seen
actually liked that
or-
the first time I saw it, but then I saw it 50 more times.
or the stinking thing that's like it's from the Loathing song where they're walking through the
Dude.
courtyard and
Oh.
it's like you're just too good. I'm just like I'm so tired of seeing that specific scene. That's the only scene that I'm like
That choreo does slap though.
yeah.
I will say that I've seen the movie 3 times now. Sorry. It does slap. It is what Les Mis should have been.
So that's about 9 hours of your life that have been Wicked. Just straight Wicked?
Yeah, it really has been. And that wasn't the plan. It wasn't. I didn't think I was going to like it that much.
I
And here we are.
I should also preface. I should also say to the audience and just you all here, I haven't seen the movie yet. I am expecting to like it. Like I don't think I'm not gonna like it. I think it's a little long, but I'm not a hater. I don't want to be a hater. I
Well,
just
like,
I'm
it's
just
two-
tired
it's
of
2
I'm just tired
hours.
of it being. It was on the freaking Arc de Triomphe.
It's 2
I'm
hours
like,
and 40 minutes long, but 40 of those minutes disappear somewhere.
Oh really?
it
it goes by
truly,
quick.
you
I-
don't know how, like you get up and you're like, wait, it was that long? It
Mhm.
does not feel like that at
Yeah.
all. And I've been in movies where I want to like leave.
Oh, we can talk.
Wish.
We can talk about it. I was like, we can talk about one of those movies right now. Wish.
I don't ever need to see or talk about
God,
that movie
what a movie that
ever
was.
again.
I don't.
What-
That was a year ago.
That
was a year ago. I don't think I've ever talked about it on here because I was waiting to talk about it with
Oh my
everyone who
God.
went and saw
that
it.
was one of the worst movie going experiences of my best
No,
and
but
worst.
it was one of the best.
Disney Wish.
We had
Disney's
pie.
Wish.
So,
we did have pie.
Snuck
To
an entire
preface
pumpkin
it-
We did
pie.
have pie.
As a family, we traditionally, if we're together for either Christmas or Thanksgiving, we'll try to go see a movie if there's a gap in time or
Yeah.
there's a lull,
Like
right?
we did that with Tangled.
Yes.
Like I remember doing that.
We did it with
Don't.
Muppet Movie a
Right.
couple times.
Yeah, I
Like
remember that.
there's usually a movie that's out at that time. We had to decide between Eras Tour or Wish. Some of us really wanted to drag everybody to see Taylor Swift. Ultimately, what was decided was to go see that we were going to go see Wish. How'd that work out?
I was on Team Eras tour for the record.
I was also on Team Eras.
I was in between.
Yeah.
I didn't really care.
So we get there.
Michael
we-
was pretty defiant on seeing Wish.
Yes, we were.
No, Michael
was
didn't
John.
go.
Oh, he wasn't?
No, Michael had
Oh,
an
it was
opinion.
John.
Michael,
John.
I think
didn't
Michael
show
wanted
up.
to see Eras Tour.
Yes.
Really?
I think he would have gone if we.
I had a
Was
plan.
it John that wanted to see?
It
Yeah.
was your dad.
It was-
and-
oh,
it was
yeah.
your dad and my dad.
Well,
Yeah.
it wasn't that they preferred Wish necessarily. It's that they didn't want to see a 3-hour movie versus a
That's fair.
hour and a half long movie.
Yeah, that's
Those-
fair.
Now, ironically, do I think that those 3 hours would have felt quicker than the hour and a half we spent watching Wish? Yes.
Yeah, that
because
movie felt long.
I've never gone to a movie and thought AI wrote this, but that movie felt like AI wrote every bit and piece of it.
It felt so.
We've been to sea.
It's yeah. It felt like everything that was supposed to be like everything that was supposed to be like a big like plot twist. It just felt like, huh? Like it just
Mhm.
it like when I say it came out of the blue, I don't mean that in a good way. Like whenever Magnifico's like, oh, spoilers for Wish, I guess. Whenever like King Magnifico's wife just randomly turns on him, I'm like, where was this buildup? Like,
I don't even remember.
Wait,
that.
there's a plot point about that?
I don't
Yeah.
even remember that.
I have no memory of
yeah,
that.
no, because she's during this. It's like during the song, like the worst song in the movie, where it's like you've been like where she's telling them all that.
what I know now.
Yeah, it's like the knowing what I know now song.
Yes, yeah.
Whenever they're all talking about how like Magnifico's not actually the good guy that he is, which I will get more into that later. But like, and then the door opens and the queen is like right there, like Magnifico's wife, who has been really kind to him this entire movie, and who's like kind of been like, a little times,
actually,
and then
that's
she's
coming
just,
back to
and then
me.
she just starts singing with all of them, just like knowing what I know now, just like talking about how bad of a person her husband is, like now that he's like quote unquote evil with wishes or rape. I don't know.
I have no. The only song that I truly remember, well, knowing what I know now because of how bad it was, but then the one with all the animals singing with
Mhm.
all the little Easter eggs.
That was the only good one.
yeah, and it was cute.
It was. That one and the chicken. The chicken scene genuinely
the
made me laugh.
chicken scene did make me laugh. I've never been in a movie theater where everybody there I think was in collective agreement that the movie sucked.
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
started laughing unironically
Yeah.
at parts because it was so bad.
There was a moment at the end. I don't remember what line it was, but it was the most like generic corny movie line, like, oh, everything's good now, ever, and we all
Okay.
just busted out laughing. I think it was like what
Michael's out there.
Oh, Michael's right out there.
Podcast crash.
Well, we might have another guest coming on.
Hello.
Michael.
Should we give him a drag queen name as he walks in?
Michelle.
Michelle
Tuck Everlasting.
Tuck Everlasting.
Hi.
What up, Michael?
Hello.
Oh, we
You
got
did it. You just
see my text? Joining Michael?
Ming.
Ming.
Oh,
Do we wanna hook Mike up with a mic?
Yes.
Mike. And I was like,
Mike,
Michael,
Michael,
if you want, you can come sit here, and I think I can angle this camera over so you're in view.
I was
Um,
gonna say we could move that one over there, and then that one.
Oh yeah, there you
we're
go.
here.
We're back. we got Michael here. Michael's added in. He's right down. He's right over there. He's right there. Hi, Michael. Hi. Hey, Michael.
Hey.
Michael.
Welcome to the show.
Thanks.
And Mary had a great question that I totally just
I
interrupted.
don't care.
Mary, you want to ask it again?
Okay, so what is the first show that you remember binging on a streaming service? You could have hated it, but what was the first one that you remember binging?
Oh, yeah. Oh.
It was Lost.
Yeah, mine was Lost too.
Okay.
Hmm.
Mine was How I Met Your Mother.
I feel like whatever mine is gonna be what Ethan's is. So
Like
I'm gonna let him answer
watching
first.
back to back to back to back episodes.
Like, do you remember?
I mean, like watching all of it, like
Not, I don't think all of it, because I think there's some of the shows like you get to a point
because
where
we
you're watching
like.
it live.
I mean, I want to say Phineas and Ferb.
Okay.
Either Phineas and Ferb or maybe like. I mean, because again, I think it wasn't binging. Like we just had we had like an hour of like TV time, so we just like watched like 2 or 3 episodes. But I think the first episode, like I deliberately went out of my way to binge, was probably the anime The Promised Neverland. I watched the entire thing. I watched the entire thing in one day. It was 12 episodes.
Been there, done that. I
Yeah.
feel it.
Mine's
probably that.
Mine's probably The Good Place.
Okay.
That's also
I
good.
had watched it previously, and then I remember I had come home from school, and it was after I had like such a long day, and then I had no homework, so I just spent a super long time watching it, and then yeah.
Okay. Ben.
I think if I had to guess, maybe Stranger Things or something like that.
Okay.
I binged that.
Okay.
I binged that when I had the flu. I watched all 3
So
seasons.
valid of you.
Yeah,
Dang.
it was
Okay.
it was rough.
Which is my follow up question to that is, what do you consider to be the appropriate amount of episodes to watch in one sitting of a show? Like, when do you cross the line from
How long are the episodes?
I've had a good time to this was concerning?
Yeah, are we talking like anime, like where like I can binge like 10 episodes of One Piece in like 2 hours, or like are we talking like
Because that's like an over the garden wall
Stranger Things
situation
level?
where
Yeah,
like if you binge that, you're only spending 90 minutes of your day.
because like I'd say depending on episodic length, because if it's like Stranger Things, where like 10 episodes of that is half a day, like that's like 10 or 12 hours.
I think it's just dependent on how much free time you have that day. Because if
Yeah.
you want to take a whole day and just dedicate it to just chilling
Yeah, but
and
that's
watching
just
some
so
TV.
sedentary.
But you also, I mean, you don't have to be like not doing anything when you're watching something. Like Dad folds clothes while he watches This Old House. Like, I mean,
That's so valid.
like you don't have to. Like, I mean, I could be like working on like, I don't know, like cleaning my room while I watch Stranger Things or
I
something
follow
like
the
that.
formula of as long as it's one episode less than an entire season of the show. That way I cannot.
Yeah,
that way I'm
That's
unable
no,
to say
no.
that I didn't watch the full season in a day.
That's
I
I
guess.
like that logic. I don't follow
That
it.
logic
Yeah.
started.
I also-
I'm gonna
I also
out
did not
myself as
follow
to
it.
why that logic exists. It's because I watched all but one episode of a season of Jersey Shore in a day in college and decided that was a
I
low.
think I watched 2 seasons of The Good Place in one sitting.
that's valid.
That's fair.
Okay.
I mean, because like you've got shows where it's like it's pretty like, I mean, it's pretty easy to like stop watching it, like Friends or something like that, like
Mhm.
Seinfeld,
Yeah.
where it's like you finish the episode, you're like, all right, we could do another, we could go to bed, something like that. But then you've got shows like, I don't know if any of you have seen like Attack on Titan, but like every single episode there's a cliffhanger,
That's a
and it's
that's a
that
good
show
point.
is like impossible to not binge a couple episodes of.
Mhm.
Like if you watch one episode of Attack on Titan and then you're like, I'm done for the night, like that is, I'm sorry, that's chaotic behavior.
I think that's what happened with How I Met Your Mother for me.
Yeah,
That's also
that's
fair.
exactly
That's
what
also
happened for
fair.
me.
And Lost, honestly, because I think that's why we binge Lost so quickly. Was there? I mean, even between seasons,
Yeah.
you would finish a season and you needed to.
I've never seen Lost.
I also haven't seen Lost.
I also haven't seen Lost.
Yeah, I don't know. We just we
David.
never got around to it.
Michael and David watched it together.
It's a good show.
It's a great show. If you like The Good Place, you're gonna like Lost.
Is that the one where they like crash on an island?
hmm
And then they're
Uh,
lost.
Is that J.J. Abrams?
It is
Yes.
J.J.
Yeah.
Abrams,
Oh.
It
And
was-
Michael Giacchino did the music.
Oh.
and I would
Oh.
say that it was ahead of its time.
I
Yeah,
remember
it was.
people talking about. I know my parents talked about it a lot.
hmm
Like I remember everyone was kind of talking about it at one point. Like it was pretty big.
Do we all have a show that everybody talks about that we've never watched or have no interest in
Yes.
watching?
Well, I have interest in watching, but I've still never seen Stranger Things.
Really? It's pretty good.
Yes.
I have everyone I know tells me that I should watch Gravity Falls.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
so
Oh,
good.
You have no
I've
interest in watching that?
And no, everyone says it's like the perfect show for me. It's like everything
Yeah.
about it is
It is,
like
Ben.
and because of that, I think I would love it and I would love to watch it sometime, but I've just refused to watch it just because it makes people really mad.
Makes people mad.
Yeah, they're like, wow. They're like, I told you to watch
Oh,
this.
you wanna
like,
be-
why have
you
you not
wanna
watched
be a
this
little
yet? And I'm
chaotic.
like, I don't know.
I think
I just don't have an interest in it.
I think for me probably I don't know, probably one of those like Riverdale or something like
Oh,
that.
God, no.
Like that one, or
I've
like
heard really bad things about that.
I don't know. I just people talked about it a lot. That one and the one that Jacob was really into it for a while. It was like one of those like I feel like it's Jersey something. I don't know if it's Jersey Shore.
Outer Banks.
Outer Banks. That's it.
Oh.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, Outer Banks.
Everybody talks about that one.
I
I've
have
never
no
seen
interest in watching that.
Michael.
It's processing.
I'm thinking. A lot of people for late. Well, a lot of these I have interest in, but never got around to watching. It's like The Bear was up there.
Oh, it's the
Oh,
bear stuff to see.
oh.
That is
I also
excellent
still have to
TV.
see The Bear.
Shogun. I
Oh,
saw
Shogun's
a
excellent.
few episodes and fell
Oh,
off.
Shogun.
I'll share mine, which is
I-
I have no interest in Game of Thrones.
I still never
I don't
seen it.
either.
I
have
would.
interest-
I
have
honestly
interest.
would agree with that.
I have
also-
interest, but I've still never
I
seen
think
it.
that maybe this is going to be a very controversial take. I genuinely think one of the most overrated shows of all time is Breaking Bad. I have tried
Never
to
seen
watch
it.
it.
Yeah, that was a controversial take.
That
It was pretty
that was
good.
controversial.
I've tried to watch it 4 times now, and I cannot.
It's not
get
for
it.
everyone. I'll give you that. It's not for everyone, but
Yeah.
I will say that it is still like a phenomenal.
Loved Breaking Bad.
Whoa!
I
My
just-
brain just
Yeah.
died.
Phenomenal.
Just finished second,
Dude.
second watch through of that actually.
Yeah,
was really
I was like, I will
dizzy.
say, like, people definitely like. I mean, anytime when a show becomes big, people always like overhype it to make it be like the best thing ever, and like,
Mhm.
it's got Breaking Bad's got its faults. The Fly episode, like,
Whoa,
there's
what?
I hate the Fly episode.
Are you kidding
Wait, have
me?
you guys
You
watched...
like
oh,
the
sorry.
Fly
That's
episode?
like top 3 episodes.
I actually
Really?
liked it more on the second rewatch.
I-
Maybe I'll have to watch
the
it again.
whole
I-
episode is about them chasing a fly. That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah,
Is
I don't
there-
know.
It's like,
Have any of you watched The Boys?
Yes.
The
I
Boys is
actually-
fantastic.
The Boys is phenomenal.
didn't like it, actually.
What? You didn't like
I-
The Boys? That's
The
I mean,
Boys.
that's-
The Boys, like,
again, not for everyone.
Yeah,
That's okay.
It's just,
but that
it's
that
one
show
of my
cuts
things.
you deep within the first like 10 minutes.
Oh yeah.
It's like
Have I successfully convinced any of you to watch The West Wing yet?
I
No.
want to.
I
No.
actually, I really want to watch The West Wing.
If you want to watch, okay, does anybody have like an episode of a TV show that you think is like perfect television that you can just think of? Right off the
Ozymandias
bat?
Breaking Bad.
I think there are 3 Last of Us episodes
The
that are
Fly.
like perfect television.
Oh my gosh, I want to watch The Last of Us
That's so
so
good.
bad.
Oh, I
Ozymandias.
The
is-
Penguin
is-
finale.
is perfect.
Yeah, that
Ozymandias
is the
agreed.
that is
And I was gonna say-
quintessential television.
Yeah.
The other one is Long Time from Breaking Bad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which
There's an
one's
episode.
Long Time?
There's an episode from Lost called The Constant.
The Constant. I was about to
I
say
love
The
The
Constant.
Constant.
The Constant.
There's an episode of The West Wing called Two Cathedrals that
What
is
was
considered one of the
The
greatest
Constant?
episodes.
The
of TV
Constant
Really?
was the one with Desmond where he was like flashing back in time. I forget what was the premise. It's
He's
the one
going back to Penny.
he's
right?
trying to find Penny or Penny
Yeah.
or is it Peggy?
Yeah,
and
that
you
one
find
was
out
pretty
you
good.
find out that the constant in his life is spoiler alert everybody. You find out the constant in his life is not the fact that he's typing in the numbers over and over again. It's Penny's existence in his life. Like that's
Aw.
But the execution is really
oh my
well
god,
done.
it's just
so
it's
good.
stunning. I would also say oh my gosh, sorry, I'm completely blanking. I think the second to last episode of Over the Garden Wall
Yeah,
is a perfect
Yeah.
episode of TV.
yeah.
It's
That
just
that is
absolute perfection.
that's
There's
also.
also a bunch of like Last Airbender episodes that
Oh my gosh.
I can't name specific ones off the top of my head, but like
I don't know
a ton of the ones in season 3 are just fantastic.
Yes. There's an episode of How I Met Your Mother called Subway Wars. that
Oh my
is-
gosh, I
yep,
love that
it is a
episode.
really perfect
That's another thing.
television.
I need to watch How I Met Your Mother.
It's a
Yeah.
good.
Is
My
fun.
parents watched that from the
The funny
from the
thing-
pilot.
How
live.
I Met Your Mother isn't aging well.
Barney especially does not.
yeah,
age
Oh,
well.
Barney's hard to watch.
It's
yeah.
not aging well.
which is
Really?
too bad because I
No.
still never
Also,
seen
Ted
it.
doesn't
Mm.
age well
No,
either.
he doesn't.
Ted
He seems
is-
kind of strange.
Yeah, Ted.
He's like a simp. He's like a
Yeah, that's true.
He's like
Oh,
a
I
nice
thought
guy
you meant
finished
Ted,
last
I thought you meant like
guy.
Seth
no,
MacFarlane Ted for
like
some
he
reason.
simps.
Oh.
He
I was
simps
like,
for all these
bear.
girls.
No,
Bear. I was-
like
He's kind of
actually, I would
annoying.
argue that the character that comes out of How I Met Your Mother looking the best is Robin, which is
Really?
funny because I think that when How I Met Your Mother was originally airing, Robin was supposed to come across as like this hyper independent woman in her late 20s who was never going to get married and was kind of, I think, an aggravation to the audience because everybody wanted Ted to end up with her.
Yeah.
But now I rewatch it and I'm like, I love Robin. Like Robin is my favorite.
I
only-
I like
the
Robin
only-
a lot.
the
I
only-
like-
Robin
I liked it from
Colby
the beginning.
Smulders
The only core
character?
character that isn't is Marshall's the only one that's half decent person.
He's
I think
very
Marshall's.
constant.
Yeah, that's
Like,
exactly what I thought.
Is that
Okay,
Jason
Lily
Segel?
is pretty
Mhm.
awful.
Lily has some
Ted
bad
is kind of
moments.
terrible. Robin makes some bad choices, but the show just doesn't age well.
What's the thing about
Like
most?
it used to be my favorite sitcom ever. I watched it probably like 8 or 9 times
Yep.
through, if you count background watching,
Mhm.
and then it's just like cringe worthy.
Well, it
I
also
love
has one of the most
Scrubs.
controversial
Scrubs-
endings of all
Scrubs
time.
I've
Eight-
seen a
I-
bit of Scrubs.
I didn't
Scrubs
like
did age well.
Scrubs aged like wine.
Scrubs
Yeah,
is
It,
Another show that I think is near perfect, even though it's stupid and campy, and I've been trying to get somebody to watch it other than David, is Psych.
I love Psych.
my
fun
my
show.
friend
It's a
Bryce
fun show.
really likes Psych.
It is,
I really want to watch
Isn't that the one where they hit a pineapple?
yeah. Well, there's
Yeah.
a pineapple in every episode,
Yeah.
but it started as a complete joke. Because during the pilot, James Roday, who plays Sean, who's the lead character in it,
Yeah.
found a pineapple was part of the set dressing and was like, should I cut this up for the road? And it became such an inside joke with the audience that there's a pineapple in every episode.
But I love
That's
how
so
I love how
fun.
they do like the 80s movie spoofs like in the later seasons.
Well, and there's those Holes references in a couple episodes.
whole-
There's a
in
Wesley
Psych?
reference.
hmm
Oh, that's
because
fun.
Julia
Yeah.
Hill.
That's
Did,
cool.
now, do, oh, that's funny. I forget. Yeah. Now,
I can fix that.
Wh- who else has seen Scrubs? Just David.
I've seen like chunks of
Okay.
Scrubs,
The
and
first
I
episode.
really
When
like
that
it.
came up, I remembered another perfect episode, which is called My Lunch. I don't remember what season it's in.
4?
It's 3 or 4. It's the Scrubs was fun because it kind of had like melodrama, like hospital
Mhm.
melodrama, but a little bit schmaltzy at times.
Yeah.
But like it was done pretty well, and honestly, the cast, especially John C. McGinley, he pretty much makes that
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
As Dr. Cox. Like now,
Which one is he?
the gruff, mean one,
like
but
the-
he's like the mentor,
The tall guy,
tall
with
curly
the,
hair.
Yeah,
Like and My Lunch is the episode where they really.
I think I did. I think
I'm trying to think what else he's in. He's
isn't
in.
he a sport in it? No,
Am I?
Oh, no, those are
I might be
movies.
thinking of someone else. Did he play Jay Garrick in the Flash, like in the CW
I don't
Flash,
know.
or is that
I
somebody
just
else?
don't-
Never
I
seen
never
it.
Saw
No,
that.
not name.
Because okay,
His
keep,
other-
keep talking.
I'm
keep
trying to think what else he's known for. But he,
John Wesley Shipp.
No, John C. McGinley.
Ah,
So-
different John.
Okay, so
They look similar.
the premise of this
They do.
episode is, the two like kind of key characters are like the main character is JD, and then Dr. Cox is like is the mentor, leader guy, and if I remember right, JD, they each have a patient. So like Dr. Cox has 3 transplant patients that he's desperately trying to keep alive long enough to get their organs that they need. And then JD has a patient that's a recurring patient for him that keeps coming back in for various things. And she comes in and JD is beating himself up because he misses he misses warning signs that she had a drug problem. Long story short, she dies of an overdose.
I remember this.
So she comes into the hospital dead of an overdose, and JD's beating himself up because he blames himself. But then Dr. Cox realizes, oh, I got my organs, right? So I've got my 3 organs from this woman, right? So because she dies and she has the organs and they're willing to give them up. So the twist ending that's kind of shocking is and this is a big spoiler, kind of, but whatever,
Spoiler!
it's still a good episode. Is they get those organs from her and they put them in the transplant patients, and they're initially great, and so JD is beating himself up. Dr. Cox feels great, but then labs come back from the woman that they got the organs out of, and it turns out, oh, she didn't die of an overdose, she died of rabies.
Oh,
So then now JD is absolved of his guilt because it was a non-preventable fluke thing,
yeah.
and then Dr.
Mm.
Cox just put rabies, just infected 3 otherwise healthy patients with rabies, and all 3 of them end up dying.
Oh, geez.
So now he's got 3. He blamed himself for 3 deaths. So the end of the episode is just this like wrenching, kind of moment, gut wrenching scene from him, and
You've probably
It's-
seen a picture of it, honestly.
it's a
Probably,
kind
probably.
of famous moment, and it's just really good. It's just like shockingly deep and dark.
but what's
dark
funny
for
is
a
the show
sitcom.
is also hilarious.
It's the
Sometimes.
funniest
Show's funny.
show ever.
It's-
Even that episode, I think, has some really funny
Yeah.
moments.
Well, that's
but-
how I Met Your Mother is too, because there's that episode of The Countdown
Yeah.
where
Can
spoiler
I make
alert.
not to be like a heel. But like the countdown is kind of what I mean. Like, isn't that kind of tacky? Like,
I never
I
seen
think
him.
it's kind of fun.
tacky.
I remember showing it to
I
people. I was
think
like,
it's-
look, here's 74.
I think it's
like,
tacky now.
But when
in the
first
time, but then
airing,
when it came
when
out,
you realize how subliminal, now that you know about it, it's hard to not miss it.
yeah.
But when first and second watch, it's so subliminal.
that's another episode that has a twist as
The
well.
twist ending was
Yeah.
that so
The
it was
good news and
supposed
the
to
bad
be.
news.
It was supposed to be that Lily was going to get out of the cab. So here's the background. Jason Segel didn't know what the end of the episode was.
Spoiler.
Spoiler alert. Long story short, the episode is called Good News, but it ends with bad news.
Mhm.
And Jason Segel knew that it was going to end with bad news, but he was not told what it was. And he
Oh.
specifically requested that he not get that page of the script. All he was told was that Allison Hannigan was going to walk out of a cab and say that something happened and that he had to react. And what you see is the first and only take of the scene, which is,
That's cool.
spoiler alert, that Marshall's dad dies of a heart attack right after seeing him, and right after Marshall finds out that he is actually able to have kids.
Oh. Aw.
And it's Jason Segel's completely improv performance of him reacting to his dad dying, and
Yeah.
it's just so good.
Oh, wow.
But like it's a good moment because like that episode is genuinely hysterical.
Yeah.
Until the very end.
Yeah.
And it's just How I Met Your Mother was a great example, very similar to Scrubs.
I just thought of another idea for a very near perfect episode of a TV show. Might be niche, but I mean, I think it's pretty prominent for me. Victory and Death from Star Wars: The Clone Wars, like season 7.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
The last 4 episodes of that show in general.
I think
Is that
it's
the
one-
one where Anakin
it's the last
gets
one.
off the ship and looks and sees the?
Yeah,
The stormtrooper
he's-
helmets.
yeah,
He's,
Oh my God.
yeah, the clone trooper helmet's just like on pikes.
Is that the finale?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
the like when he finds Ahsoka's lightsabers buried in the snow, like it where Order 66. I think where it happens, or was it? I don't know if that's the one before, but it's the one where they escape from
I think
the
it's where
Venator.
it happens. Yeah.
It is where
they
it happens.
escape, like Ahsoka and Rex escape from the Venator in the Y wing.
Yeah.
The scene's gut wrenching because like she is welcomed back to the Jedi Council. Well, not the Council. She's not. Sorry, but she's welcomed back by Rex and his troopers, and they're all excited that she's back, and they paint their helmets as her face.
Mhm.
Yeah,
But then they turn on her. That scene's like brutal.
and
It's-
the most brutal part was that. What the beauty of Star Wars: The Clone Wars was that it attached you to these faceless, almost like pawns in a war.
Mm-hmm.
Like it
Mhm.
made the clones who were just soldiers more human.
Yeah.
Like it showed the human side of them. Like they got names. Like they weren't just clones. They weren't just like
Yeah, they gave each other nicknames.
they gave
right?
each other
Yeah.
nicknames.
Mhm.
They had haircuts. They had like tattoos. They were people. They were
Mhm.
genuine people, and they all turned on they were all pawns in a greater scheme. They all turned on their generals, their friends, pretty much.
Mhm.
Like Ahsoka was friends with Captain Rex, and initially Captain Rex turned on Ahsoka and tried to kill her.
Mhm.
Like Jesse, one of my favorite characters from Star Wars. It's tragic because in the end he turns on Ahsoka and he ends up dying because of that. And it just like the last act that he ever did was a betrayal that was not in any of his control. Because like
right, because in the season before that, they reveal because there was a malfunction in one of the clones' chips,
Mhm.
and they reveal
Tup,
that,
I believe that.
Yes.
Yeah, it was his, and he ended up.
and they revealed that it was actually not under their control.
Yeah, and
which I thought was interesting.
also Fives like that. Sorry, I could go on about Star Wars: The Clone Wars
No,
for
that
forever.
episode is not near perfect. It is genuinely perfect. And I remember watching it with David and
That was the first-
crying. Like, and I didn't
Yeah.
think I would care that much. But one, the animation of that,
Oh, it's,
that
it's good.
episode alone is, I think, some of the prettiest, if not the prettiest, Star Wars animation.
Literally.
I
out
think
there.
the Clone Wars as a show as a whole might have the biggest trajectory.
Yeah.
Because I think the first 2 seasons are kind of bad.
Yeah,
I'm
they're not-
gonna
they're
lie.
not
it
great.
was made to be a Saturday morning cartoon for
Right.
people
For
in your
kids.
demographic.
And,
at that
so-
time.
And I was that age when
The
I started
entire-
watching it, so it was
The
perfect.
show
but-
grew up with the fan base in
Yeah.
a way that other shows did not learn how to do.
Yeah,
so.
'cause,
well, once
like,
you get to
whenever-
seasons 3 or 4, it's like holy cow.
whenever Ahsoka initially enters the show, like she's just for kids. Like she's
Everybody-
she's
She's a brat.
she's an annoying kid.
people hated her
Yeah.
for a long time.
Yeah, she was
I loved
annoying.
her. I always
But
loved her.
then Mary was day one Ahsoka, but but then like at the end, it was just at the end. I mean, Ahsoka, like she's still a character to this day. Like
Now she's like everybody's favorite character.
yeah, she's
She
awesome.
is actually, I think the stat last year was that she was the most well-selling Star Wars
I-
character merch-wise.
I believe that.
Yeah, like she has a following.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say I was gonna propose one more question.
Ashley Eckstein
Yeah.
made bank. Keep going.
Yeah.
She's made bank, and so okay. I'm gonna a little side
That's
fact about
okay.
her. So if you ever see anything, the brand Her Universe,
I've seen that.
that's
Oh,
her
yeah.
brand.
Yeah.
So when Clone Wars went down, right, and like was not being produced, she created this merchandise brand because she noticed that there was a lack of geek and nerd merchandise for women.
Yeah.
So she created this entire brand and is now I think like one of the most successful
Yeah,
like
it's
fan
up there.
merch companies in the
Because
world.
I think
did
it's
know
I
that.
think it's partnered with Disney.
It is partnered with Disney.
Because
yeah.
I know they produce like there's like the Disney Star Wars stuff, and then through that the Her Universe
Yes,
Star Wars
yeah.
stuff.
Anyways, what was your question?
Yeah,
Dave?
David,
Well, actually, I was
continue.
gonna reveal a fun fact. The guy that voices Anakin in the Clone Wars is from Massillon.
Is he
Ohio.
really?
Huh? He's from Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Wow.
cool.
Massillon. Actually, never. I won't reveal a location where we are, but
Yeah, we're in
It-
Ohio, but
Is
no.
he or are you guys only on TV shows this episode, or is
We've
that
been talking about everything.
We've just been
Oh.
yeah. We,
well, the last
Okay.
question I was gonna propose, I'll make it quick.
I was like,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
we can talk about movies.
Oh,
Yeah, I
we
was
can
like-
move on.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I was just gonna say, is there an episode of TV that you don't necessarily think is perfect, or is not widely regarded as great, but you still love? Just like a random episode of TV that's like a comfort to you.
Oh,
yeah.
Ben's is probably The Fly from Breaking Bad.
But people love The Fly.
I
I,
don't-
I
I don't-
actually like
I don't-
it grew on me because of the.
I'd never seen Breaking Bad, but
I will say I'll probably have
It's
to
like
watch it
I
again.
think The Fly might be the last moment where Walt and Jesse's relationship isn't just completely broken. For it, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I feel
that-
like
you know I'd
like
agree
they
with that.
like Jesse genuinely. So Jesse roofies Walt, which is maybe not great, but then he like actually he's Walt's having like a manic episode essentially, right, with this fly.
Yeah.
And then I know there's the whole meme, all the jokes about the symbolism and the heavy, you know what I mean, blah blah blah. What's it a metaphor for whatever. But it's Jesse genuinely is taking care of Walt, and it's sort of sad because it kind of feels like the rest of that show, the dynamic between the two is just full of
pretty opposite.
scheming and
Yeah.
and mostly Walt is evil, right?
Yeah.
And you see it through how he treats Jesse.
Yeah.
And Megan and I just watched that show end to end.
Yeah.
And finished it, and it's just like it's actually really, that show is pretty upsetting. Anyone who's been even through 2 or 3 degrees removed, anyone who's been touched by drug addiction and associated problems, even if you're 2 or 3 degrees removed from it, it's actually, when you get older, you realize how disturbingly accurate the show is, and showing that kind of world, and so it makes you. The funny thing is, with the 13 and 14-year-old boys thought Walt was this badass. Then you realize, seriously, right?
No,
Yeah.
it's true.
And you
That's-
watch the show and you realize
watch it back, you realize he is evil incarnate.
Yeah.
He is horrible, and he's so evil that it's kind of disgusting to
like
watch.
he
That's why
he
I found it-
destroyed his own family. He destroyed the
Destroyed
lives
his
of
family,
so many people.
Countless, right? We can't even.
That's
know.
what I loved about.
Like,
None of you have watched The Penguin yet, have you?
no, I
I've
gotta
not.
see
I've
it.
heard- I've heard it's good.
That's the show I couldn't remember when you asked shows that everyone's talking about that I haven't gotten around to watching.
It's phenomenal.
I'd
and
recommend The
it's
Bear
not that I
and the
don't
Penguin.
care. There's a big backlog of shows.
Well, the Penguin. What I love about it, I won't spoil anything, but it doesn't like try to attempt an anti-hero thing. They make it very clear this is not a good
But
person.
that's the
It's
best. I
like-
mean, that's like
I like
almost
that.
like The Sopranos, almost. When you're talking about episodes that people don't regard as perfect, but I
oh,
think
there's
are
another
perfect.
College. Yeah, it's College from The Sopranos.
Well, that's a great episode.
Isn't that what it's called?
Last Night Gus from Psych, which is
Oh.
the Hangover.
well, I think that's the best
parody.
episode.
It
of
is,
Psych.
I think, the best episode of
Yeah.
Psych. The second one is so The Middle is a great show. It's one of David's
I
favorite
love The
shows of all
Middle.
time.
It's a
It was also
comfort show.
it aired simultaneously with Modern Family,
Definitely.
so it
kinda
got
like-
looked over.
Yeah.
There is an episode of The Middle where well, there's two. There's one where Frankie, the mom, gives up Christmas and says, okay, if you guys want Christmas to happen, you guys have to do it and she's trying to prove that Christmas is hard. And it's hysterical because it's literally like they get everything done for Christmas so quickly without any stress, and then at the 11th hour they realize that they have no presents, they're late to church, and they have like
Oh.
everything goes awry. And that episode I think is perfect. The other one, I don't know if it's perfect, but it makes me cry almost every time, is when Frankie takes Axel suit shopping.
Oh,
And
yeah,
so
that one's so good.
He's the oldest son. He's finally getting a job. They're from like a lower middle class family, and all of Frankie's credit cards get denied.
I love the line where
And-
he's like, "Wow, that's the fastest decline I've ever gone." He's like,
That's
And-
just
and-
so
and-
sad.
but no, but
It's
Axel
sad, but-
Axel goes in and buys the suit for himself, and it says like Frankie shouldn't have to buy him a suit for the start of his new life, and he saved all this money so that he could be taken care of. And
Aw.
it is rough to watch.
Yeah.
The
oh, sorry.
one oh man, the middle's a good show. I just want to preface with that. Compliment sandwich. Middle's a good show. It is totally like porn for boomers though. It is boomer sensibilities. It's almost like Forrest Gump as a TV show.
Why did
Just
I
feel
like,
good schmaltzy boomer sensibilities.
that
as
has
a
like
show.
the same
but
same
is by
but it-
far,
but
but
it
it
is-
is generally the most relatable show. Like,
It is,
ever.
but it is, but okay. My compliment sandwich. Here's the positive. Here's the other positive.
roll down your stocking for
Is
me a little
it?
bit.
It is. It's
Sorry.
it's
Jeez.
it is very relatable, but it's just like it kind of reminds me of that Family Guy skit where it's like
that is a funny skit.
the 90s, or it's like the good clean rap from like 90s
Oh, so
Will
it's something
Smith.
else.
Like that's like what this show is, right? Like it's just good family clean fun. It's what
the
like,
middle did have a phenomenal finale, though. It
but
ended
look,
perfectly.
don't get me wrong. That's a great show.
Speaking
But
of
it is
Family
just
Guy,
I
funny
agree. Though.
how-
No, I get that.
has everybody seen the clip of Family Guy that absolutely reads me to filth?
Who listens to this show, by the way? You want to cut that out, maybe?
Boomer porn, you mean?
I mean,
Just-
I can if you want.
No, I
can
just
cut
don't want
that
to be
chunk out.
like. I don't want to offend any like. I'm
It's-
not like.
This is
I don't
Ethan's.
think you're.
Ethan's
I don't think you're gonna
Can we talk
offend
about the
anyone.
fact
with
that we
but I can
left
still-
your fiance upstairs for almost an hour and a half now?
She.
she can join. She can join.
She'll be fine.
She might. Yeah, she
Um,
she wanted to stay upstairs.
oh, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
Oh,
But-
but I was-
but-
oh, sorry.
Sorry. Before you switch maybe to like movies, because there's lots of recent crazy movies to talk about.
I also
And
have
also the
something
int-
before we switch.
Can we talk about how they botched the Interstellar anniversary release?
For real.
Anyway, but okay.
There was an anniversary release?
I didn't
I
know
take
that.
it
It's
back.
the 10th. It's the 10th anniversary, but they didn't. They released it in very few theaters.
Really?
They should have done a
It
wider.
seems like a mistake.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's weird.
I want to end on saying the middle is great. I just think it's funny.
All right. Okay.
I just think it's funny how it's kind of just like
No, you're right. It's filled with humor for
it,
older
and you're
people.
right. It's relatable, and it actually, I really.
It's almost
should,
relatable to a fault
I'm
sometimes.
back. Yeah, like it's on
almost,
the nose.
Yeah,
It's on the nose.
There's
No,
the
I-
episode-
it's
there's
almost-
the episode
but it's-
where
It's
Frankie...
like, oh, my
but it's
credit
al-
card got declined. Oh.
No,
Oh no,
Like-
no! It's better
Oh,
than
shucks.
that.
I'm
It's better
sorry,
than
I'm
that.
Let's talk about the episode where Frankie learns that she can record on her phone. So she's trying to record the
That
fact
one's-
that everybody yells at her in the house, but then
It's
it
sort of-
reveals that
it's
she's the
kinda
one that
show-
yells.
It's the kind of show you're like that happens to me.
Yeah, but
Like,
I like it.
I know, but I'm saying it's a good show. I like it too. I'm just what?
Sorry. But
What was so funny?
I don't know. I was
Ben said
Just like,
something.
oh,
Nothing
my
funny.
grandma,
I,
my
not
grandma
something
can't.
I'm willing to say on the podcast.
Secrets are
Okay.
no fun.
It's
unless
literally
you share
like
with everyone.
it's just the whole show.
So-
it's like a one.
I was just gonna
one,
say-
the whole
let,
show.
let Will reveal Ben's secret.
So much talking.
So my question
Sorry.
is, before we switch to movies, what would you say is the best ending you've ever seen to a show? Like,
Oh.
Sticks the landing. I think Breaking Bad's up there.
Breaking
personally.
Bad's pretty
the
good.
penguin was really.
Ethan, have you
good.
seen Code Geass?
No.
I just wanted
Okay,
to say
never mind.
that the middle. never
Avatar:
mind.
The Last
I
Airbender.
think
Yeah.
my
Oh.
favorite ending I've ever seen is Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Ooh, that's a good.
Ooh.
Okay, I
No,
think,
I'd agree with that.
I think Parks and Rec, The Office,
I was gonna-
Avatar: The Last Airbender, The West Wing, and
Parks and Rec has an amazing.
Parks and Rec
Parks
is a
and Rec
really
is,
good ending.
is a perfect example of fan service done right for a finale.
Yeah.
I do not like the How I Met Your Mother ending whatsoever.
I don't,
Um,
that's what
Good
I've heard
take,
that
good
most
take.
people don't.
It's
We're-
bad.
The
Game
middle.
of Game of Thrones is terrible too. That's why I don't even recommend the show to people.
That's why. I don't think I will ever watch Game of Thrones just because the ending is bad.
Yeah,
if I
it's-
know that the ending is bad of a show and it's like not going to be worthwhile, I don't think I can do it.
but-
Not the ending of a show, but ending of a season. The ending of season 1 of The Bear is insane. Like the reward that you get at the end of that show, season 1, incredible.
Scrubs, if you don't count
Scrubs-
season 9, which doesn't count.
I don't count season 9
Scrubs ending is good.
because season 9 was supposed to be a spoof show.
It's supposed to be a spin-off, but they just called it season 9.
I think-
'cause
Oh,
it-
like Moana
They get
2?
more viewers that way.
yeah,
Moana 2.
similar to Moana.
God.
too.
Have any of you ever seen Ted Lasso?
No.
Yes.
I really like the ending
Great
of that
show.
show.
That's also a show in the back.
But they just added 2 more seasons.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
It-
I'm
Really-
very okay. I'll tell you what I'm very worried about, and all of you can relate to this in the room. I'm genuinely worried they're gonna botch the ending of Stranger Things.
Yeah,
I
I'm
am
worried
very
about that.
anxious.
I'm worried about that because
Like,
like
I'm afraid it's gonna be a How I Met Your Mother.
Did you
Season
see
4
that? Did you see that the last season has a TV MA rating
yeah,
rather than
it's
TV
gonna be
14?
it's gonna be mature.
Wow.
Is that interesting?
Ooh, growing
okay
up
with
with
that.
the audience. I love
Well,
that.
I mean, they're all like, I mean, all the kids.
Yeah,
are
how
like,
old are they in the show now?
They're
they're gonna be in college, I think, at that time.
because they're my age.
I was
Like
gonna
all the
say they
kids, like
have to be.
I'm the same age as like Dustin and like
Okay.
Millie
Right.
Bobby Brown's character. 11. That's yep. L.
Nice. That sounds. I need to catch up on that.
Yeah. but-
Anyway, oh sorry, I'm done.
Go.
I was gonna say the one episode of TV that's like comfort to me. I don't know why I love it, but it's the episode of Parks and Rec where Andy and April get married. Like the
That's a
surprise
good
wedding.
That one's good.
That's such a good episode.
I like that one, and also the Comfort Parks and Rec episode. 2 of them also comfort for me. Both concerts. The
Unity concert.
by Little Sebastian, and then the
Yes.
Unity concert where Ron surprises everyone as Duke Silver.
That's
Yes.
a good one.
He's right here.
And there's like
Duke
a
Silver.
oh yeah, there he is.
Yeah, but yeah.
Flu season 1 and Flu season 2 are my 2.
Flu season
comfort.
1's like one of the best episodes of the
Stop.
show.
Pooping.
Who's pooping?
Rob Lowe.
Rob Lowe.
Oh.
It's,
Okay. Anyways, David, you had a question.
It's funny because Rob Lowe's saying it.
Oh wait, was
That's-
there no? What, yeah, what was your question? You were gonna change.
No, that was
topics.
it.
Yeah.
Sticking the landing.
I can't think of
The
any
best,
other...
one of the best endings to a series I've seen recently was The Penguin. It
Really?
was phenomenal.
Hmm.
It's one of the few shows where each episode got better than the
Yeah, because
last.
there's shows that I watch that I'm like, this is really good, and then the ending happens, and I feel like I'm like, oh well.
That's
Okay.
I didn't like the ending to The Office that much. I felt like they.
I
should have
liked
ended
it.
Whenever,
I like the
they
ending of
should
The
have
Office,
ended when
I liked
Michael
it.
left.
almost
said it,
every
yeah, I
episode of
would say
season 9 is like borderline
I-
unwatchable.
Well,
no, no, no.
Season
No,
9 was
season
rough.
9
Maybe
has
season 8, I don't remember.
moments. Season 8 also
Actually,
has
I agree.
moments.
I
Where-
think season 9 is worse as a whole than season 8, but season 9 has higher highs, but also has higher lows.
It's wherever Jim and Pam like start like having their like
that's just-
relationship weird problems.
Have
I
you
was
heard about
like
the boom mic
They
guy.
almost
Yeah.
had, they
Oh,
almost had Jim
yeah.
Carrey.
I
that's
forgot
right.
about
But,
that. the boom mic
The
guy.
boom mic
But
guy.
John
No, but they
Krasinski
almost
said
had
no.
they almost had Jim cheat on Pam in Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
John,
wrote
and
it.
John
They had it
Krasinski
ready
said
to
that he
go.
wouldn't do it.
He
and-
boycotted it. They were filming.
Good
it,
man.
And
Thank God.
They did
Can
the
you
table
imagine?
I
read.
couldn't do that.
Yeah, and that's why. Fun fact. That's a big reason why Jenna and John became producers, executive producers for season 9, because they were like,
Oh.
we are not letting you touch this the way that you were.
Why
trying
would
to.
they do that?
And they wanted the drama because back at that
Ah.
time, shows like How I Met Your Mother were all the rage, and they
Yeah.
needed something spicy, and they were like, let's have Jim cheat
cheat
with
on
Pam.
Pam.
And Jenna Fisher was like, Pam would never go back to him.
No.
One. So
Well,
you're
because
killing the
she
show.
stuck with Roy that
Yeah.
entire. Roy
Yeah.
was horrible, but
Roy
like
was the
I mean,
worst.
as far as we know, he didn't cheat on her.
No,
Right, as far as we
no,
know.
he was a himbo. There was no way he did.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, that is crazy that they actually wrote that. I honestly forgot. There's a lot of plot points of The Office that I completely forgot about, like in the later seasons. Like some of the characters completely forgot about too. Like the CEOs, like the different CEOs that they went through. There was a British lady. I completely forgot about that.
Nelly.
Yeah.
I like Joe Bennett.
Which one is that?
yeah,
Oh, is that the old lady?
old
What's the name of the
Floridian lady.
actress?
Did she have like she had like 2
What's
dogs?
the Joe Bennett?
Kathy Bates.
Thanks. I couldn't. I was blanking.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. I remember liking her.
Anyway, I'm sorry. We can move on to movies. I dragged that out for too long.
I was gonna say can we do a wrap up movie question because I want to check the Nog situation
Oh,
upstairs.
okay.
Oh yeah, we can go check the Nog situation.
Nog. Yeah, I told Megan I'd be down here for like 10 minutes, but that's okay.
That's all good.
She's fine.
Also, we talked about this earlier, Michael, but we've been thinking about playing another round of Mario Party, and also
Let's
also
go.
doing monikers.
Yeah, we should do.
We
Let's
also
try to
gotta
do
do monikers
we
'cause
missed it yesterday.
I
we
spent-
should do Wait,
But
am I-
I'm game for
forged
Mario
for that
Party.
thing.
Am
I forged for
I would
monikers.
love
Yeah,
to.
for-
Wait, are Mike and
It would be
Hollis
an
okay?
ultimate
Yes,
We
like.
should do monikers before they leave.
Here's the
Yeah.
thing. I would love to watch your dad and our dad be a team in Mario Party.
Can,
Yes,
that would
but
be
we
great.
can do that late night, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can do that
So
later.
maybe monikers next.
I have a good. I have a good.
Oh, okay.
Do we have a? Did you have a movie wrap up question? Because I have another.
I
have another
thought
wrap-up
Michael wanted
question.
to talk about movies.
Did you have a?
Sure.
I was like, because we can talk about
What's
movies.
going on over here?
Yeah, yeah. What's this? What's this?
Nothing.
Whoa, wait, yeah. What's happening? What's happening?
Talk about this on the podcast.
What do you mean?
It's something with my friends. It's really funny.
Okay, all right.
Okay,
Well, okay,
okay,
but
okay.
So, Mike,
Don't
we
look
can
at
we
him.
can
Talk
talk
like
about
they're kissing.
we can talk about yeah they do they look like they're kissing on the screen.
Whoa!
Hey,
whoa,
But before we get into the movies things, I have a quick little question that I wanted to talk about. What's everyone's favorite like board game card game?
Card
Like,
game?
party game.
Board
We'll
game,
say that.
card game.
'Cause, like,
Wait, sorry. Are we doing board game, card game, or party game?
Just
Those
party,
are two.
just party game.
If
Just
I,
party
if
game.
I had to
not
pick,
Axis and
if I had to
Allies.
pick like one board slash
Well, I
card
mean, just
game,
like board. I don't know.
Here's a
'cause, like,
question: Do
euchre.
Jackbox games count?
I used to think Secret Hitler
I
was
don't
really
think
good.
so.
Oh,
I'd say
Secret
no.
Hitler.
Okay, then.
You guys
Secret
ever
Hitler
play
was like-
Secret
Secret
Hitler?
Hitler.
it's
was a
like
great
it's
time.
like board game Among Us essentially.
So
Yeah.
mine
Yeah.
mine would have been Murder in the Dark, which was literally in person Among Us before Among Us was a thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think I've played that. Before.
Werewolf is similar.
Yeah, I like
Salem is also kind of similar.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Mafia is similar.
Yeah.
No,
Guys.
I
Just like
favorite
Uno.
party right now. My favorite party game is Monikers. Now,
I haven't played it
but
yet.
favorite
so I can't.
card game is probably
Euchre.
Euchre. The
for
only
me.
the only
Euchre,
problem
Euchre
with
is
Euchre
100%.
is like it's the only problem with Euchre is like the
You have to have four
the,
people.
The sort of like skill curve on it.
Yeah.
that too.
So they're
Mhm.
like there's a really steep learning curve, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
To learn the weird rules, and then you learn the rules, and then once you know the rules and you follow them, then like most players are pretty much evenly matched up, and it comes down to chance.
Yeah.
well, the problem.
And then to be really good is like to actually like have a skill advantage in Euchre, like when everyone knows the rules well and people don't make the sort of obvious mistakes and they know the rules, like to actually
Like I can
win
count
more than
cards.
50% of the time is really hard and honestly like pretty uncommon. And so what you see is like Euchre honestly is just like an excuse to sit.
Whoa.
Like
sorry, I just heard.
you start to
David's
realize
boom.
that Euchre, the charm of Euchre is the like really convoluted rule system,
Yeah.
and the fact that like it's this sort of like thing where in the Midwest where you sort of like in the know or not, you
Yeah.
either know all these rules and you know how to play,
Yeah,
and if you
because
do,
you-
you can sit down and
because
play.
it's like if you're trying to teach someone, they're gonna take like 4 or 5 rounds.
if
It's
you're going to
easy.
if you're going to a game night, it's a hard game to just kind of throw out there and introduce.
Yeah.
because it takes like
It
an
takes
hour to teach somebody.
ages to teach,
Yeah.
and
Taught Rick Lee how
and
to
so it's
play.
completely like it's like a rite of passage thing in the Midwest where you just if you know how to play you can sit down and throw the cards around and screw around, and it doesn't, to be honest with you, like what I found is that you start seeing it average out to people win about half the time
hmm
because it's roughly it sort of comes down to chance, like it's just did you get a good hand.
Yeah.
Unless you can count
Like,
cards.
So it's for those reasons it's not like it's just an interesting way to look at the game that I think it's more of a cultural thing, and it's
Yeah.
not, I don't think it's the best card game because it's so like there's not a lot of opportunity to strategize and get good at it.
I really I like gin.
I never played Gin.
Gin's
actually.
a lot of
Gin's
fun.
I
fun.
know, but
For me, probably like card game, board game, both in the same route. Ben will agree with me. Maybe Will on this. Super Fight. That has to be.
That's pretty good.
That has to be number 1 for me. Have you guys heard of Super Fight before? Have we played it at all? It's basically
No.
like you get a character card and an attribute card, and you play it against someone else's, and you just argue to who wins, and it goes around gauntlet style.
Interesting.
And so it could be anything from like, so it could be like Kirby, but he's 1,000 feet tall versus a senior citizen bowling team that can shoot lasers out of their eyes, and you just have to argue on which one would win. I like that one a lot.
Wow, Texas.
Can-
Sorry.
Can I have a kind of a hot card game take.
Hot take?
I find most people love this game, but I think games like Cards Against Humanity and Apples to Apples are some of the worst games I've ever played in my life.
I
They're
think they're
fun one time.
overplayed.
They're fun one time.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun
Cards
for a
Against
while.
Humanity
I
is
hate
no
Cards
good.
Against Humanity.
Yeah,
It's
that's
horrible.
But to me,
okay.
if you're gonna play Cards Against Humanity, you might as well just play Quiplash because Quiplash is
Quiplash is so much better.
Yeah.
I will say Cards Against Humanity online is so much more fun than in person because you can look up images online and like copy and paste them into the game as like your
That's
answers
fine.
for a card.
it's fun.
I
But
like
the-
playing Apples to Apples as a game where you like just get sidetracked from the game and just go and like just have conversations with people
Yeah,
playing it.
yeah, I'd agree with that, Ben. I mean, they're definitely overrated.
Well, that's actually why I like euchre when people know how to play. Is because you can have a conversation while playing.
That's kind of my point though. Is you're not actually using a lot of brain
Yeah,
power.
That's true. That's a fair
It's
point.
kind of muscle
But still a
memory.
fun enough game
Yeah.
to play while.
Yes, I'm not saying that's a bad thing.
Oh, I know.
It's just it's a good game to sit around and have fun.
Yeah.
Kind of like there's a game we played a couple weeks ago that's similarly kind of mindless and kind of random, and it's just fun because you can kind of Uno. You know what I mean? Like it's just sort of fun when
Uno's
someone
fun.
gets a
Uno's fun.
+4. Like
Uno's
it's just fun. They're more of a party game, but like if you want like a poker is a good way to just poker is obviously like huge skill advantage. Like yes, there's chance, but like if you really want to be good at a card game,
Yeah.
Something like and hustle, steal money from your friends like poker are great, but party these days I like party games more because I'm kind of lazy intellectually when I'm like home and just relaxing and chilling. I'm like I don't want to
Right,
like rack my brain strategizing right now. I kind of want to just like laugh and have fun, which is why I like games kind of like euchre honestly, because it's really not that hard once you
Yeah.
know how to play. And then things like Mario Party, Monikers is a party game. It's just a blast.
We had like one of the craziest Mario.
I'm
Parties.
going
Yeah,
pee.
I know we talked
We
about
already
it
said that. I'm
earlier.
sorry.
Yeah, we talked about it
I already
earlier.
forgot.
The game was
Party
oh,
foul.
oh my goodness.
Okay, Will's gone. So
Mar-
what do we want to say about Will?
Mario.
He's stupid. I hate his hair.
Oh.
Wow,
I
what
was
a
not
jerk,
thinking
Ethan.
That personal.
No, the
Wow.
Mario Party game, it was electric, and that's a good example of like a proper party game. It's just
Yeah, because
fun.
like I mean, there's not a big learning curve.
no,
and, like,
anyone
sure-
can play.
Yeah.
We didn't play a single game more like it was a new fresh mini game every time.
I
How many
also-
are in that game? 100 plus, something like that.
Probably, yeah. I also like Mario Party because you really can't get good at it. Like,
Yeah,
you could be a
That's a good
phenomenal. You could be phenomenal at the mini games, but you could get screwed over with
Yeah.
rules.
But there's also so many mini games. I don't even know how you master.
It's
them.
not the most fair game.
No.
but that's
No,
fine.
but it's fun.
It's
fun.
It's rigged
It's a-
against everyone,
Yeah.
and I'm so here for that.
But I don't know. Sorry, we don't even have to switch to movies. I just was wondering.
No,
no,
I
it's
wasn't
okay.
sure if there was a
yeah, I
premise.
was like, yeah, we can chat for a couple minutes about movies, and then we
Sure.
can wrap this thing up so we can go play some
a
some stuff.
speed movie round.
Yeah.
Okay,
Like
you get 3 minutes because then it's 9 p.m.
All right.
so.
What's going on at 9
Mo-
p.m.?
It's just an incentive to be done by now.
Oh, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do that. Okay.
Well, what's going on with movies?
Wicked just became the
Wicked
highest
just came
grossing
out.
musical
Wicked's
domestically.
Wicked's outstanding. I was just gonna say, one of the things.
Have not seen it yet.
One of the things I think is interesting is, like, me and this is just my social circle. So you guys like let me know if this is out of the norm or not. But we don't go to the movies very much anymore, right? So my friends and I will often have movie nights a lot where me and my one buddy, especially, he's got a great situation for watching movies. He's got a big comfy couch,
That
a
is
big
nice.
ass OLED television, really great, Dolby Atmos surround sound,
Yeah.
and like you can watch a movie there and have a really good time. And he just added the Hue Sync lights too, so I haven't seen
those,
it yet.
those are so cool.
Those are cool as hell. But like
you have those.
I
you,
don't
Michael?
have them set up right now.
Oh.
Long story, but so like we don't go to the movies that much anymore because 9 times out of 10 I'm content watching them in this setup because I can pee if I have to.
Yeah.
I can make whatever snacks I want. Like I sound like such a homebody, but here's the thing though, not universally. It's like where do you like draw the line? What's worth, how do you decide what's worth going out to the theater for? So for me,
See,
like something like Wicked was a movie that made sense to go see in theaters. And I'll give you 2 other examples recently. Like Oppenheimer
Yeah.
was obviously, and we saw Barbie too.
I did
But
Barbenheimer.
I also
yeah,
did
I didn't see him
Barbenheimer.
same day, but I did Barbenheimer.
I did
I did.
Barbenheimer Mansion.
But like,
What is
ew.
that?
I
Haunted
I
Mansion.
went and I saw Oppenheimer, Barbie, and Haunted Mansion in the same day.
Is that a
Oh.
real thing or is that something you made up?
That is something I made
okay.
up.
I was.
Hey,
I was. I was
Things
just
drive me
curious.
crazy.
Well, I'm trying to leave, so,
So-
I'm gonna, hold on.
Oh, okay.
Pause.
Oh,
Pause.
we're losing Mary.
Is this
Sorry.
the
We're
leaving
losing
time?
Mary.
No, I'm just.
I'm
Oh,
also.
don't go.
I'm
I'm,
also.
I'm gonna leave soon
You can.
too.
Yeah,
I'm a
I
little
mean,
loud
we're
now, I
wrapping
think.
it up once we finish the.
Here's the
movie
ending.
talk.
Here's like a possible ending question: is like, what is the decider for whether to go see a movie in the theater or wait for it to come out and watch at home?
Well,
for-
me. Sorry.
I was gonna say
Is-
for
is
me,
it a
for me,
Spider-Man
it's just
movie?
like so.
Something want to share with the class, guys?
Yeah.
No, I said
Spider-Man movie?
my basis is it a Spider-Man movie, and if not, I'm not gonna go see it.
So
You know, that's fair.
so you're going for the Spider-Verse movie. By the way, where the hell is the part 2 of that in
I don't wanna
It's
production?
not, it's not coming.
Is it
out.
ever gonna come out?
It
It's
got
not coming-
delayed, but
it got delayed till 27.
I thought
Whoa!
it was 26.
It got delayed again.
Is it ever gonna come out?
Spider-Verse delayed
No.
before we got GTA 6.
Yeah.
Did you guys? I saw the first one and didn't know it was a part 1 and part 2. I was so upset.
Yeah.
It,
It was
said to
originally-
be continued. I was like, what?
Well, they
Like-
did. They originally titled it Part 1, but then realized that not as many people would see it if they did that. So they kind of did
Yeah.
a Wicked where they didn't put the Part 1 in.
Yeah, no one knew that Wicked was a part
Yeah,
one.
that one I did know.
For
but-
me,
But
going.
a lot of people didn't. Is my understanding. Like I've had a lot of friends text me be like, wait, that was just half of them.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
were really upset.
Like a lot of people have been like, no, it's not a part
Does
one. I'm
it
like,
have
it
a
is.
clear ending to the Wicked
Well,
movie?
it's the end of Act One.
Yeah.
So
it's,
yes.
It's okay.
So
That's what I
so
thought.
yes, but it's also like it is
Yeah.
still unfinished.
Yeah.
It works though. But go ahead.
For me, seeing a movie in theaters, like especially now, like after my girlfriend Emma is really really into movies, so like I've been seeing a lot more movies through her, like going to go see a lot of movies, and it's been really nice because like I've been able to broaden my view of like seeing movies. But for me, it's honestly just personal interest. Like if I hear like a movie that sounds kind of good that I want to go see, like I've seen, and also it's kind of annoying that a lot of the really good movies are not widely released. Like Poor Things was one that I really liked. Was that last year? I think it was last year. I really
Yeah.
enjoyed that, and it was like a really selected release.
I'm
like,
sure
Yeah,
like
it was at the Bistro in Canton, but only for like a
Anatomy
week.
of a Fall.
Oh, I
like,
love that
what's
one.
the one about the house next to the concentration camp? that
Oh,
was
Zone
pretty
of
good.
Interest.
Yeah, like those movies aren't wide releases. You know
Yeah,
what I mean,
like-
they're good movies, but I'm gonna just out myself as just a sort of like mainstream, like, you know, kind of normie goober or whatever. But like, I'll go see Oppenheimer in theaters for obvious reasons. Like,
Yeah.
because it's this big bombastic, you know, thing with this crazy cast, IMAX cameras. You know, like all the memes about like Christopher Nolan went the next level and detonated an atomic bomb to film, like, you know, invented the an atom
Well, that was
bomb.
the first time that
Like-
people like made like a portmanteau title Barbenheimer thing. It was like an
Right.
event.
It was a cultural thing?
It was a cultural thing.
But others for me are like Dune, like Dune Part 2. Like I and for me it's Interstellar is one of my favorite movies, and I didn't see it in theaters because I thought it looked stupid. Like I thought the premise sounded boring and like something we'd seen a lot of. And now it's one of my favorite movies ever, and I've never seen it in theaters.
Yeah.
And I still missed the opportunity to because the re-release was so limited, which is a shame.
Yeah.
And so now I kind of try to like, based on marketing, I know this is not a good strategy, but based on marketing, I try to go, would I regret not seeing that in a theater with the
Yeah.
big sound and the big screen? And so something like Dune feels like that kind of movie to me. So it's Hans Zimmer soundtrack. It's Denis Villeneuve, insane cinematography. I can't remember who shot that movie. Was
Greg
it Deakins? Fraser.
It might have been.
Fraser.
I don't know.
So like, you know, those kind of movies, I buy my tickets like in advance. I pick a very specific seat. I shop. I do a lot of research into like which screens in town have the best sound. I prioritize sound more than image quality personally.
I do too.
For movies.
Yeah.
So like,
Also, price.
cost.
Well,
Yeah, 'cause it's a million.
that's the thing.
Costs so much money.
Well, that's
Yep.
the thing I was going to bring
Yeah,
up.
$20 a ticket,
Price
and
is
then another
big.
$50
Well,
for
that's
snacks.
Like
the-
I
well-
would go see a lot more movies if it was like $5.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is the reason I go so much with my friends. We go at least one a week. Is Tuesday is $5 movie day.
Yeah,
pretty
that-
good.
If that was
Yeah.
if
And-
that was all the time, I would go so much more.
Right, and that's one of the reasons I go so much. But in movies, not all of them go straight to a streaming service, and
Yeah.
a lot of them when they are available to rent, sometimes it's like up to $20. So it's like $5
Right.
to see in a theater versus $20
I mean, yeah.
watching at home.
I'll give you an example of a movie that I waited to watch at home and have like zero regret was like Long Legs. Like that might have been a fun like audience maybe, but like just like character driven movies that don't have a lot of like crazy VFX or music or sound. So like I'm still gonna like enjoy it on my TV at home.
What is
Like
yeah.
those are the movies that I tend to err on the side of watching at home. So like and this is what I mean by I'm not like a big cinema person. Like I'm not. So something like what was the one we talked about earlier? There's like something like Anatomy of a Fall or something like what was the one Emma Stone was in?
Poor Things.
Poor Things. Like
La La Land.
not La La. I feel like La La Land would be a good theater flick.
Yeah.
But something like Poor Things, like I'll watch that, just at home, and I feel like I know I'm like not seeing it the way the director intended. And I know there's the memes about like the guy that got like Dune to play on his Apple Watch and was like just as Denis Villeneuve intended, like on like watching
like
it
playing on a DS.
Yeah, like I know I'm like kind of like pushing that a little
Yeah,
bit, and it's you really got to go to a theater to see the actual
the
I'm basically what I'm really trying to say here is I'm kind of part of this problem that we're seeing actually, which is like people aren't going to the movies that much anymore, and it's and I just
But also,
read.
I mean, like it's price, so it's not really your
There's
fault.
lots of
Like,
factors,
yeah.
right?
And
So
also-
I'm just giving you one perspective, which is why someone might not go. And then I just was reading.
Oh, we're losing
that-
Ben.
we're losing Ben.
Ben's leaving.
Sorry,
See,
I'm sorry,
Ben,
guys. I'm
we're
stressed.
losing Will too.
Well,
we're
they're
losing Will
stretch-
too.
they're
We'll finish
hurting.
it. We'll finish
We'll
it. quick.
finish it,
We're
we'll
losing our
finish it.
audience.
But have you noticed?
Stay.
Have you noticed how movies are on VOD like a month, sometimes less than a month after they're in theaters now?
Yeah, it's
They're-
insane.
They're killing themselves.
Yeah.
And I just read. This was so interesting to me. Is I'm kind of shopping for a new TV, which I'll probably get like
Walmart
next
has
year.
really good deals. On,
Like I'm
on
a
good
ways
TVs.
out from getting a new TV, but I was researching like new TVs and OLED's been the whole big thing the last 5-6 years.
Yeah, OLED's been around.
OLED's a big deal now. But Sony's new flagship is not OLED this year. It's a mini LED TV.
Interesting.
That's
So
interesting.
everyone's like, huh, like OLED was kind of obviously like the best consumer television for the whole pure blacks reasons and everything else. So it's like, what's Sony up to here? What I read is the main reason is because they calibrated this new TV to based on the same. They kind of engineered this TV and to kind of mimic Sony's mastering monitor, and I can't remember the name of it. It's some crazy, it doesn't have a fun
long
name. Yeah, it's like the XMT.
X4 15
So I think it's
22.
literally like XMT dash something 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 something. You get the idea.
It's like Elon Musk
Like,
naming a child.
Yeah, like it's Sony's mastering monitor that basically all film studios use to master their movies on, and it's like $50,000 a piece. This like
Oh my
extremely right. So they engineered this. Their new TV is meant to mimic the color science of that mastering monitor.
Yeah.
And the whole point is because they want people to be able to experience movies on their TVs as closely to the way the director intended them, which is the director's looking at these mastering monitors.
Right.
So Sony is now thinking about putting that experience into your living room.
that's cool.
So that's really cool, but it's also like
Sad.
It's a little sad,
Yeah.
right? Like there's this crazy trend going on. So I'll get off my little soapbox, I guess.
On the bright
No, I mean, I
on
it's
get that.
interesting, right?
Yeah.
on the
Like,
bittersweet side, no, I feel like not a lot of people are going to buy if it's that expensive.
it's not
Yeah.
50,000. It's
Oh.
it's
That's the 50,000 was the one
50,000
for
is the actual
the theater.
one
Not the,
the-
for
the studios
company.
use.
I thought
No.
you said the
Yeah.
TVs were
It's still expensive.
$50,000.
No.
It's
I
so
was
expensive
like-
because it's a Sony, and there's this brand tax with them. But I think it's probably 2,000 or 3,000 for like a 65-inch. So it's up there.
But yeah.
But it's not, it's something people will pay.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
It's out for me. That's too high. Like
That's
that's
Yeah,
too
that's
much
fair.
for me. Like the LG has got some really good choices, but sorry. Well, I know we got to go do this monikers,
yeah.
but
yeah, let's go.
sorry,
yeah, let's
I
go do the,
shoehorned myself into
I'll-
your show and
No,
talked.
you're
a lot.
good. No, you're good. I
That's
always love
awesome.
to have fun little conversations. But yeah, we can thank you guys for coming on the show. Also, thank you to our other guests who have left to go eat food. But yeah, this has been episode 75 of the Random Banter podcast. I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving. I'm thankful for you. I'm thankful for you guys. Oh my
Thanks.
gosh.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Bye. Stay warm.
Bye.